So what are the advantages of folder connector? In the case of folder connector, we don't have to load multiple files one after the other. We don't have to load multiple files one after the other. So you can do bulk import of multiple files, bulk import. Okay. And it automatically loads and processes the multiple files. Other advantages, you don't have to do the data pre-processing for every load. See, for example, today is 12th February, and to as of today, whatever the files that are there in the folder, you are loading it using folder connector option. All the files and the files available under the subfolders of your main folder will get loaded, and you just did some data transformation, and then you have consolidated all the data files into a single file. Everything is fine. Okay. And you did some data pre-processing, everything, right? So and then you just saved the report and then you deployed the report. So what if the new data file comes tomorrow to the same folder? You understood? As of today, whatever the files that are available, including the subfolders files, right? That is that you loaded using a folder connector, and then you publish the report on cloud. The next step is tomorrow. What if they wanted to see, the tomorrow's performance? Okay, tomorrow evening, the manager wants to see the data, and then you want to see the tomorrow's, daily sales performance. So in that case, as of today, whatever the files that got consolidated in your Power BI report, it will reflect only that one. So it will not, reflect the tomorrow's files, tomorrow data. So in that case, that's kind of incremental data. So let's say if any new data goes, new data file or Excel file, if that gets pushed to this folder, what will happen is it should be automatically consolidated by your report. Even with the new file, in case of any data related issues, it should be able to, it should be able to address that automatically. Okay, I'll just explain you this scenario. You need to remember what is happening, in the case of any delta data comes into picture. Delta in the sense any new data comes in. Okay, it could be a weekly load or something. Look here. So, for example, this is your report file. One second. Right? So you create a report. The next step is, for example, this report file contains as of today whatever the data that you have in your folder. So we have used a folder by the name of NC Daily Sales. Okay. So what if tomorrow, if any new data comes into that specific folder? So what will happen is, in that case, it should automatically consolidated by your report. So for that, we need to schedule it. Sorry, not this one. This is my report file. And here, one second. If any new data comes in here, right? If any new data comes in here, what happens is it should reflect the new data also. So that is what I'm trying to say. This report file should reflect the new data. Okay, so what in that case, what we do is, right, we need to schedule the report. And first of all, the other advantage of that one, we are talking about the advantages, right? The first advantage is bulk import of multiple files. And the report file should show in case of any changes happen or any new file comes in, it should reflect the new file's data into your thing. Okay, so so in that case, right, it handles the dynamic data sources and then multiple file formats. Okay, multiple. So you can use Excel, or you can use CSV file, or you can use JSON files. But in your report file, you cannot use or different types of files as part of folder connector. If you are going to use a folder connector, either you can use all the files, or Excel file, or all the files are CSV file. Then it makes sense. The reason is a simple example is in the case of Excel file. Let's say you have more than one sheets are there. In each Excel file, you have more than sheets, right? I'll just show you here. So this is my Excel sheet, right? If you see here, you can see this sheet one here. You will find this sheet one here. So this is your sheet one. And apart from this, you have another one, right? The sheet two is there. So sheet one and sheet two is there. So more than one sheet will also be there. Look here, if I click on sheet two, you can find other set of records. Here the row dot ID starts with 7340, but here the row dot ID, here also the same thing, but in reality, right, you have one set of data here. Yes, day one and day two is there in sheet two file. So multiple sheets. Okay. If you use a CSV file along with this, obviously the CSV file contains, no, it doesn't contain sheet one and sheet two. There will be some kind of the formatting issues, right? File format issues. In that case, right, really makes sense if you use only the Excel files using the folder connector at a time. Okay, let's say you are creating multiple reports. Okay, see, the thing is, yeah, you can use folder connector. Along with that, you can load the CSV file separately. That is a different thing. We are talking about folder connector. And the folder connector, the idea of the folder connector is instead of loading each and every file independently, all we need to just specify the folder name. Power BI takes care of it. Sometimes what will happen, more the number of files are there while loading the data one by one, you might tend to miss out some files. But with folder connector, you don't have that headache. Even if I have multiple files, since you have used folder, it picks up all the files that are available, including the subfolders files also, it picks up automatically. With that, you can go ahead and create the report. But the advantage is whatever the data transformation that you do, right, that is also applicable. That is also applied automatically by the this one. Yeah, I just show you the demo. Okay, you want it, right? Okay, 1 second, see. I'll just show you one more time. We will just play around with it quickly. So, okay, I just use the same thing, folder connector. It is not available here. Hence, I'm going to click on the more. And here you will find the folder. This is your folder connector. I just double clicked on it. And then here I just go to the folder here, and here the NC daily sales. And in this case, sorry. I just select this one, right click on it, copy this, and then I just paste this one. Okay, this is my folder, and I hit OK now. I go to the NC daily sales folder in my Windows as well. Okay, here you have three files are there. What I will do is April file is there, and March and August I'm going to delete it. Okay, so now we will switch to this one. Yeah, August, 1 second, I just redo it. March, April, that's all. Okay, and I'm going to hit the load button. It's being loaded. Let's wait for a few seconds. Okay. NC daily says three loads. So we are getting error. Okay, good. It loaded with some error. Okay, don't worry. And it opened the Power Query automatically. Oh, okay, good. Oh, okay, I clicked on the errors, isn't it? So for that reason, it is doing that. Okay, recorder column names are coming. This is the issue here. Okay, and if I see here errors in the previous thing, detected type mismatches. Look here, if you click on these steps. So what are these steps? This is your Power Query editor. So whatever the transactions or whatever the changes that you make it to your data set, that one will be captured under this applied steps. This is similar to your CCTV in your apartment. Supposing some issue happened in your apartment, they want to see the footage, CCTV footage. Let's say between morning 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. something, some suspicious activity happened. So what you do is, right, you take the 10 to 10:30 video and then you go and check it. So what happens there, right? Which person came first, which person came, later. That you can see it in sequence. 10:05, one guy, visited your apartment, and 10:10 another guy visited. So exactly 10:10, 10:05, what happened? 10:10, which person, right? The recording thing, it stores everything in sequence. The same way the applied steps, it captures and stores the steps in sequence. Here the applied steps, what happens is whatever the steps applied automatically by the Power Query also recorded here, in addition to whatever the steps that we go and carry out here. So what I did, I just clicked on the source here. So whatever we have seen it, right, um, in the preview window, the same thing we can see it here. And detected type mismatch. So this itself, right, he created here. So he created a new step called detected type mismatches. There are some data type issues here, okay? But here, if you see, you cannot make out unless you see. And I added the index also here. So index is something like it put 1, 2, 3, okay, sequence number, kept errors. The table is empty and reordered columns, but we don't see anything here, okay, in the errors. And that's what the reordered columns. We reordered the columns also, but some issues here. I just click on the NC daily sales, and I just go ahead and select only these two columns, and then I right click on it and then remove other columns. Here I just I click on this double down arrow. Here we could see only one March. Okay. I just go to the folder here, our Windows folder, and let me check, what is there in the March. It seems only one sheet is there, unfortunately. You don't have more than one sheet is available here. This is the problem here. This is also another learning for you, right? And I just close this one. And we have in the April file, if you open the Excel sheet, you could see two sheets here. But unfortunately, in the March, we have only one sheet. So what is our learning here? In case you have more than one sheets, or let's say if you have only one sheet in your Excel sheet, then make sure that all the Excel sheets that are available in this folder should also have only one sheet in it. One second, I just View record files. Apply changes. Changes got applied, and I just go here and then in see daily sales. Still, we couldn't see this one only because those changes did not apply. So what I do is I just in the interest of time, I just go here and then I just select the E folder, and then I have another thing called STU. This is kind of a backup thing. I'm using it. And what I do is here I just check the March file. May month data, if you see here, even here we have I have two sheets in 1 second. I just go and check. April, May. Yeah, May month we have two sheets are there. Okay. What I will do is I just copy this file, copy, and then go to year and then NC daily sales. Oh, I don't have space here. That's the problem. 1 second. I'll do one thing. I'll just yeah, that one we were trying to recover it. I just redo it. I just delete from model. Yes. And the next step is here. I just go to the folder. If your Excel sheet contains more than one sheet, make sure that consistently all the other Excel files also contains the same number of sheets. For example, in the one Excel sheet, I have two sheets are there. All the other Excel sheets should also contain two sheets in it. This is important, okay? This is one of the prerequisite. So I just hit the load. Fine. I just keep only these two files. The remaining files, remaining columns, I'm going to remove it using other columns, and I just double click on the down double arrow. This is to expand it, okay? And 1 second. Oh, we have Excel file, right? This is another problem. XLS is not working. XLSX only is working. Now let us see what happens to this another painful thing. Look here. This is what we experienced the other day. That mistakenly, right? I just repeated the same thing. Sorry for that, guys. 1 second. Let's see daily sales. The May month supposed to be in .xlsx file. We'll do it in Excel book. And this is my XLS file, and this, now I think it should work. So I just discard changes because the file version was not correct. Actually, this is another drawback with Microsoft. I would say it's a drawback, right? So you need to open the file. If the file Excel file contains more number of data, it's waste of time. You know, they're supposed to back up the previous thing also. May XLSX. Yeah, XLS is there and APR XLS is there. So what I do is I just go to the transform data instead of doing that. Instead of loading it, this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to NC daily sales. This is XLS file, right? I just go ahead and here I unselect that file and I'm going to unselect this one. So two XLSX files are there. I'm going to use only that one. Okay, now I just yeah, double click on this thing. Two sheets are there, very good. Now it picked up the two sheets. And then see what I'm going to do is I just select the sheet one and check the data. Okay, everything is available. And sheet two also I just check it. Okay, everything is available. And then I'm going to click on the parameter one. I'm going to keep the cursor here, right click on it, click on transform data. Okay, now we can see that the sheet one and sheet two from both the files got extracted here. Now I just select these two columns. I'm going to right click on remove other columns. So in sheet one and sheet two from both Excel files, we need to consolidate. I just selected this one. I'm going to hit OK now. Okay, everything got consolidated. Very good. So errors in this is previous error. I just delete this one. Wait, before you delete it, click on go to error. Then kept errors. Okay, column content of the table was not found. Type mismatch. Again, we are getting some type mismatches. I think this one was due to the okay. Okay, I just select only sheet one. I'll explain you. Please watch. What I do simply. I'll explain you what I am doing now. Okay, here what happened. This is what I suspect. No, I was not able to find out what. And I just click on the column one, and then I just go down here. Also road. Yeah, this is what I suspected. Correct. No. Row dot ID is there. There is a okay first column, right? Okay, and then added index and kept errors. The column content of the table was not found. Content name added index. Okay. The index unnecessarily got added. I don't know why I added the index here. Maybe for giving the row number for the counting purpose. Added index, row number. Okay, these are row 1, 2, 3, something like that. So, okay, let me just see the, okay, kept errors. Okay, okay. Where is the content here? I just remove the added index column. Yeah, that was generated by this one, and I'm going to remove the kept errors, delete it, and reordered columns also I'm going to remove it. Okay, this one seems to be good. And I just click on this one, sheet 1, and I just select sheet 1 and sheet 2. And if you come down here, you have row.id. Okay, let it be there. And then I'm going to go ahead and select this one and see daily sales. Okay. This one I'm going to delete it. Right click on it, delete group. Very good. And then I just select file, close and apply. If you still get the error again, right, we need to create the reboot. This is one of the disadvantages. Okay, 4 rows loaded and view errors. But don't redo the data load and all. So just check what was the error and then try to fix it. That the row number, content, name, extension and all is coming into picture. I don't know from where it is coming. In the latest version, this is the problem. Row number is not at all required. I don't know why is creating the row number. Remove this column. And okay, insert. Let him create. Okay, and I remove the columns. Kept errors. Delete it. Reordered column. Delete it. Hmm. So I'm going to use NC Daily Sales 3. Okay, okay, this is the previous one here. That's the problem. I should have deleted, but I deleted from the model still. Why? I don't know why it is there here. Okay, NC Daily Sales 3. Here I go to the home ribbon and then I just go to the transform data. And ideally, I should have excluded this one. All we need is only these two files, these two XLSX files. And then, yes. And then I just, this one is not required, daily sales 3 is there. Okay, sales 3. You understand what I'm doing? I just delete it. Very simple. In your case, make sure that you keep, only the XLSX file in your uh, folder and then proceed with using the folder connector. Okay, and here, yeah, I was playing around with the previous data. Oh man, what happened here? Okay, okay, here I should filter it. And then I'm going to expand the data from these two files. Each of these files contain 2 sheets in it. Now, it is working fine. This is how we need to troubleshoot it. Apply changes. Why it's not okay, okay, okay. We need to do one more step, isn't it? Now the sheet 1 and sheet 2 from each Excel files got extracted. Again, you need to extract the data from these two files. I just remove other columns. But in the previous session, we did not encounter these issues. With that, I hope you would have understood, right? So in this session, we were, involving in, so we got some error, and then we were trying to overcome that error. One way it is good for you because in the real world scenario, you will not get the ideal scenario all the time, right? So sometimes you may have some kind of issues. Your day starts with a lot of issues. You should know how to tackle that issues. So now we are. So you understood first time I have used the folder connector. I mentioned about the folder name correctly, but that folder contain the Excel file that has only one sheet in it. But in the subfolder of that the MC daily sales, the apr.xlsx file contained two sheets in it due to um, the formatting issues, which means if you have two sheets in an Excel file, then all the Excel sheets should contain two sheets. Or if you have only one sheet in your Excel sheet, all the other Excel files that are available in your folder should contain only one sheet in it. But if you have one sheet available in one Excel file, other Excel file, if you have two sheets in it, you will end up with error like this. Okay, we have copied another file, me.xlsx Excel file. That Excel file, we had two sheets were there, and the APR file also were two sheets there. And again, we encountered the error. What error? Because the incompatibility of the file type. XLSX, that's the older version. We convert as a XLSX file. Okay. And then we have again used the folder connector. In the folder connector, right, so when I use the transform data in the Power Query editor, we could see that the older version of the Excel file as well as newer version of the Excel file were available there for May month. So I smartly filtered the older version of the Excel file and I retained only the latest version of the XLSX file. And then I selected only that content and the file name and only, and then rest of the columns I removed it using remove other columns. And then I double clicked on the double down arrow. So it extracted all the information about the two sheets, right? Finally, we saw sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 1, sheet 2 for both Excel sheets. And then again, I selected the sheet 1, sheet 2 column and then the content column and then removed the other column, record column, right? So when I double clicked on the double down arrow, it extracted all the data. It consolidated everything. Fine. So we are done. I just go to the Power Query editor. Here, still some issues are there. What issues? Row.id, order ID, these are the column name, but these column names are available in the first row of your data. Whereas if you see the column name here, it is something like column 1, column 2. It's completely meaningless. So what you need to do, you need to push the first record to this place, right? So I just go to the transform ribbon. Transform ribbon. Here use first rows as headers. I just click on the this one list of boxes, and then here what I do is use first row as headers. I just click on it. The first row becomes your column header. Row.id, order date, everything. Now the first row become a column header. This is another data pre-processing. We have done it. So since I pushed it from here to here using this option, use first row as headers. It considers another step. So promoted headers. Look here, promoted headers. It moved that first row as a column header. So you put for that the step for that action it included a new step here, right? And then it changed the type one. So type one only changed it automatically. I did not do any action related to this one. This step was carried out by Power Query Editor itself. Okay, now I just click on the. Now I could see another issue. What was the issue? Here also column header is there. Here also column header is there. Header ID is there. Why we have two column header IDs are there here? Can someone tell me? Yes, very good, right? You are correct. How about others? Only one correct answer. How about others? Why the row ID, order ID in row number 19 got repeated again? The reason was, look here. In this Excel file, we have two sheets, sheet 1 and sheet 2. How many records were there? Excluding the column header, 18 records were there. Similarly, here also we have, in the sheet also we have 18 records excluding the column header. So what happened? So physically, if I ask you, right, without using power, I want to combine sheet 1 and sheet 2 data, what you do? You just copy this one, this sheet data, and then you move to the sheet 1, and then right after the sheet 1 data, right, you just paste it, Control V. What happens? You're also a column header, you're also a column header. Okay, this is a duplicate, right? This is not required. What we will do, right click on it and then delete it. Now that has gone. Okay, so this is how you do it if I ask you to combine sheet 1 and sheet 2 data manually. But in the case of Power BI, Power Query Editor, it does automatically. So while doing it, what happened? It blindly include the second sheet's column header also here. Okay. So, okay, what is wrong if I include then? The problem is you have the numeric column here, sales, quantity, and discount, right? In this case, what happened? The column header comes into column headers are text data. If you put any text data along with the numeric data, the entire column will become alphanumeric data, something like this. What do you mean by alphanumeric? Text with number value. So what I do is to overcome that, I need to exclude this row. Like Excel, you cannot right click on it and delete it here, right? So you don't have that option here. Right click and delete is not there. So only way out is uh, to remove this one. Only way out is I'm going to click on the drop down here, and then I just scroll down. The row dot ID is that I just unselect it. I hit OK now. Fine. Now, if I go to the quantity column and the sales column, still it remains, as what it is. Now I just click on this icon and then I'm going to say the quantity is the whole number. I'm going to say whole number. Cool, cool. Now it got converted successfully as a integer data type, which is nothing but the whole number data type in Power Query Editor. Okay, similarly, in the discount column, I just click on the drop down this icon and then it's not a whole number discount, decimal number. I just click on it. It got converted as a decimal number data type 1.2. What is 1.2, 1, 2, 3 ABC? 1, 2, 3. So 1.2 tells us clear this column is a decimal number data type. And if you see this status, right, we don't see any error. Very good. Quantity also, we don't see any error. Very good. But in the sales column, we don't have, any error as of now. Okay. And then that sales column name also went off. Okay. So now if I click on this and if I select decimal number, it should work. But the challenge here is we have another issue. So here the dollar was combined with the numeric value. So dollar is kind of a text data. Even if you have one text data in your numeric column, the entire column will get considered text data type almost. Okay. So now what I do is to handle this one, only way out is I need to remove this. But if I remove it, it will it will show lesser sales. What I do smartly, I keep the customer here, right click on it, and then I'm going to select this is another issue. If you right click on it, you will find replace values that is not available here, right? So yeah, replace values are not available. Okay, what I will do is I just go ahead and click on file, close and apply. And I'm going to again open the Power Query Editor. Here the sales column. Okay, I just right click on it. Still same issue is there. We were not able to remove this one. Okay, what we will do is um, intentionally I just go here in the quantity column. I just right click on it. Replace values. Is there right? I just select this one. I just say the 7 as 7, something like that. Okay. Replace all the 7 by 7. Now this command got generated, right? I just copy this. And then I go to the sales column. This is the final step, right? And what I do is manually I'm going to add another step. Are you all with me or not? Is it confusing? Okay, 1 second. I just replaced value, yeah, quantity up to this is fine. And then change the type 1. Yeah, see, if I go to the last step and right click on this, nothing is working. I just go to the previous step, right click on it, and here insert step after, right? Or else you need to select the last step, right click on it, insert step after, using which you can add a new step. You will not find, when you right click on it, you will not find the new step. Instead, what they say, right? You select the last step and then right click on it, you will find, insert step after. So now the custom one is there. In the custom one, what I do is I just copy paste this one, the quantity column, right? Table dot. Here I just say sales column. Replace dollar by nothing. How many of you remember very first session I taught you? See, attending the session regularly, it doesn't, it does not help you. You need to practice it, okay? So this is the one I put it explicitly. And then what I do is I go to the previous step, replaced value, table dot replace value is there. And then custom one is my, this one. So the sales column, replace dot replace value, sales, I just give it. And then I just press enter. Let us see what happens. It is of no use. This is when, right, it makes us to think Excel is far better. And then I just go to the add column or view. Oh, in the view ribbon, you will find the advanced editor. Okay, quantity is there and replace value, quantity, and yes, everything is there. And then replace value sales. Okay, you need to see the ash is nothing but the variable name. I will tell you what is variable name. Okay, wait. Here I just replaced value change type to, yeah, and then this line contains built the previous one. The custom one, what I do is I just select the copy and then I put this one here, not the change the type to recent step. I'll just put it here, replaced value dollar by. Syntax error. Today is a bad time for me, it seems. Okay. Token identifier. I just click on this one. Okay, I just go to the advanced editor. And then here the custom one, the replace hash. See, this is the hash should come here. Hash is disappeared. Hash followed by double quote. Custom one. Okay, hash replaced value, comma, dollar, you replace it by that. Again, it should give an error here. No improvement. Because here itself it was putting something here. Custom one, correct only, right? Custom one. See, the here this is called your advanced editor, Power Query editor. Okay, so in the Power Query editor you have the script editor. The advanced editor is nothing but this is where all the scripts generated by the Power Query on our behalf is available here. In our case, unfortunately, we could not see the replace value option when you right click on the sales. That is something weird. Okay, that's a bug with Microsoft. That's what I would suggest. Okay, that's what I would say. It's not that much flexible, right? This tool. And here, what we do is we need to do some changes to this code. Look here, the custom one is there, right? This one's supposed to be in the double quote. Copy paste their existing script, and then you need to modify it. That's all, guys. So here each see the left side you can see all the things starts with hash. This is a variable hash followed by the double quote, and then the column names variable name. This is called your variable name. So each row's variable name will be used in the subsequent row to do the processing. Okay. So it's the same thing here. Hash custom one table dot. Now we don't see any error here. I just click on the done here. Now it has gone, right? Don't panic if any error comes in. Ideally, actually it's not the correct thing, right? Even after that, it is not doing that. It is not removing the dollar here. So whole idea is I want to remove the dollar. Okay, simply remove the dollar. If you remove the dollar, you're all set, but it is not working here, right? What I do is I just go to the advanced editor again and see is there any way you can put it in some other place. I just use the control X and I go to the promoted and order ID, order date, everything is there, right? So, yeah, filtered rows. And here I can see end, comma is there. Sheet 1, order priority, everything is there. Okay, here I don't want to keep my head. But it requires some kind of, little bit of, programming background. Even I am not so good in Power Query. This is called your mashup language, right? This mashup, M-E-S-H, mashup language. This is generated with Power Query Editor. Since we have some issue, right, some disadvantages, some, problem with the Power Query Editor, we are going to customize this one, okay? And here what I do is select forms, quantity discount, correct. And then comma is there. Yeah, comma is there here. But in here that comma is okay. This comma is not required, it seems. Yes. I just click on. So that line actually was not executed. Expression column one was not, custom one was not recognized. Okay, okay, okay. Where is the custom one? Okay, it removed automatically. Oh, here the custom one was right. For that, that's a problem. Replace value dollar. Yeah, I used the dollar. It did not work. Okay, I will do one thing. I'll just copy plus copy paste this one. Replaced value one. Okay, discard it and then done. And here we cannot proceed any further because of this thing right applied. So we cannot see the previous error. previous steps now. Only way out is you need to go here and then modify it here. Okay, what I will do is I just make it. Let me see someone. Now it's working. Okay. Yeah, this one requires a little bit common sense and again some practice. Okay, only when you get this one. But still, we'll go and check the sales column as that issue. My sales column still remains the same thing. I just right click on it. And then for the time being, what I'm going to do, since the replace option is not available, this is a nonsense thing, right? So when you select quantity column, it is their replace values. It's completely irrational here. Okay. Okay, what we will do is yeah, replacer by replacer is there, right? I just copy this one and then I just go to the advanced editor again. Custom one. Okay, okay. This step is not required. What I am going to do is I'm going to take the sales column one, right? Here you need to replace that one. Change type to filter quantity is there. Okay, but in this case, filtered rows one, and so the custom one quantity is there. What I will do is I just change the type to, I just say dollar, and then I just go here, and then I replace this one by empty thing, and then here the sales. Yes. Here, can we see any replace values? Nothing is there. Let's give it a try. Okay, let's see what happens. It worked well, no error. But unfortunately, this one is not getting replaced with this one, right? Change type to, I just press enter. It's not working. Okay. What I will do is I just click on the thing and then I'm going to click on the decimal number. So these three are causing error. What I will do is I just remove it for the time being. Right click on it. You have an option now. See now, it's a stupid thing, right? Now the replace values got enabled. That is ridiculous. What I do is, since we have an error, remove errors. So it's not that flexible, Power BI. There sometimes, right, these are the crazy things are happening. Even though there are some, issues, limitations, something like you can click on advanced editor, you can modify it here. Okay, you can modify the script here. Remove errors and change the type 3. This one, right? It puts this one as sales. And custom one was not taken here. Yeah, custom one is taken. Sales is a type number. Up to this, it's working fine. Only this one is not working. Change the type to filtered rows one. Let me do one thing. Filtered rows one contains. Okay, filtered rows this one. And then what we do, we take the columns that contains. Yeah, change the type one. Way to copy it is type one, right? I just change it to one. Let me see what happens now. I'm particular about the sales column. Yes, excellent, right? Now in the sales column, the dollar went off. I just used the removed error, right? I just Okay, removed errors. I just changed the type 3. I just unselect this one. Okay, before that, we'll go to custom one. Custom only we made changes, still it remains as it is. And then the change type 3, still it remained the error. And here the remove errors, change type 3. Just watch what I do, okay? I am just playing around with this one. The custom one is sales, right? Type number. But type one, a dollar is there and a replace value by sales. Replace dollar by this one and change the type one is this one. Promoted it as correct. After you promoted the, wait. Promoted as order date and date. The quantity column is there, product ID is there, and sales column is there. Where is the sales column? Yeah, sales column is type any. That's the problem. In type 1, I used it, and then I made it sales, but unfortunately, oh, here removed errors. Okay, oh, that is the problem. It is giving it. Okay, I just change type 1, and then here I just put custom one. Life is not always easy, right? Sometimes strugglings will be there. Yes. But still it remains 2309 only. Dollar is still there. And okay, now I just right click on it. Unfortunately, still the replace values are not available. Okay. Okay, let it be there for the time being. I just mm, right click on it and then remove. Okay, I just changed this one to, it's not working, right? I just tried the other approach. It is not working. And then now we have an error because when you try to convert a text into a numeric value, obviously it will be an error, isn't it? For example, dollar 2003, nothing but Ashok 123. If you convert Ashok 123 number, will that work? No, it throws an error. To remove the error, what it is, I just right click on it. Mm, yeah, replace values. Now replace values are coming. What is the use now coming, with this one, right? Replace errors by, I just put 0 here. Later on, we can fill this one, okay? You just put it here. This is another shortcut, okay? Smartly, we are handling this one, but still, these values needs to be filled later point in time. To overcome the error, I just did this one as of now, okay? So I just click on close and apply. Now everything seems to be good. I am going to create one table visual. Look here on the right side under the visualization, you will find something called table visual. I just click on it and then I drop it and then I just drop the category column into this table visual. I just go down here and then the sales column, I just drop it here. My sales now it shows 7,586. Forget about that 3 rows that I removed it. Okay, and now I just go back to my folder and then I'm going to select my another folder, STU. This one contains this August data. Here also we have 2 sheets and right, so hence we will not have any issues. And number of columns are also same. That's in this file and the number of columns in that file is same as that my NC daily sales folder files. Number of columns should be same, isn't it? That is also another prerequisite. NC daily sales. See what happened in the real world scenario. Now I am going to copy the August month data here. The real world scenario, what will happen is this folder they would have created some job. The job will automatically push the every month new data in this folder. We don't have to do it manually. For the demo purpose, I'm doing it manually. If I include the August month data also in addition to May and April data, your report should show August month data also, isn't it? But here it shows only the April and May month data put together 7,586. So how do I make sure that the newly pushed file or the August file in my NC daily sales should also be considered as part of this one? You have to click on the refresh manually. 7,586 should become the more. Okay, now it's not picking up. Mhm. Transform data. It produced some error here. The field name of the record was not found. Order ID and order date, ship date, everything. Oh, okay, okay. There is a formatting issue here also. See the row.id, right? Yeah, this is the one I addressed it. Still another row.id issue coming up. We address it, hence I'm going to remove this one because anything is there in the error file, right? If you once you address it, you need to remove it. Otherwise, that records will not be included as part of your existing data. February month contains what? Feb month. It contains only one sheet, single sheet, and let me just see here. Okay, for the time being, I just copy this data also, and then I just create another thing. Okay, here I just rename this one sheet one. Okay, okay, already sheet one is there, right? I just rename it as sheet two. So we are going to include another file now, which contains more number of data in it. Okay, Febs, and it's going to be an Excel workbook. And the February data also I'll copy it and then I'll push it to my, this for testing purpose. Okay, and see daily sales. Actually, when I click on refresh, it should take into account of the what am I see daily sales in this folder. When I click on raw refresh, it has to go and load that file, newly include data file also here. It is not doing it. I just go to the transform data and check what is the problem here. No error now. And but the row.id is still there, right? Row.id is there. So that is another problem. I just go here and then I remove the row.id. Remove in the sense we excluded it, right? That's all. And then this column is not required. I'm going to remove this one also. Remove this column. Where is the sales column? The sales column. Okay, I just yeah, it's already decimal data type. We don't have to do anything. Now I just check the 72 rows. Okay, each file contains how much? 16 plus 16, 32. And 70, 60, 70, 62. And other thing also should contain more number of records, right? So it's not taking into account of that file. What I'll do is I just go to the source. May, May month is there and filtered rows. Okay, okay, yeah, this is the problem here. Okay, here you need to May, but it's not taking into account of that one. I know actually here. Hmm. Ideally, when we give refresh, let me give the refresh here also, refresh preview. In the Power Query Editor also, I'm going to give the refresh view. And okay, let me just check the source. NC daily sales, right? It is correct only. We are using the NC daily sales only here. NC daily sales, correct. Ideally, it should take into account of the newly added file. When I refresh it, yeah, now it is coming, right? August is coming. Um, Feb month I put, yeah, Feb is okay, okay, Feb month, look here, whatever I said was correct, right? Even though it considered the newly, included file, the feb.csv. Actually, it's an XLX file. Since it's a .csv file, what happened? It simply excluded this file, okay? That is the problem here, okay? I just click on Feb month. I just save it as an Excel book again. Already we did that. Why it was not? Yeah, now only it got converted as Excel file. Okay, comma separate values file. This is the Excel workbook file. So now if I refresh it, go to the refresh view and then refresh it. See feb.xls came into picture. Now you understood in your folder only if you are going to use the similar type of the file names, right? File with the version, similar version of the files, the Excel files, it is taking into account. The rest of them, it is simply ignoring it. But still it is taking it. But when you click on save, right, it'll throw an error. What I do is I just unselect feb.csv and August, April, May. You don't have to manually do it, but to overcome the manual action, okay, the August XLS also I'm going to remove it. Now simple here, I just click on close and apply. The previous number 7,000 something came, right? 7,005, it should get incremented now. Still it shows 5,000, 7,586 only. Feb month contains a lot of data in it. The filtered rows we will have to look in. Look here. Here, the filtered rows contains. Yeah, it did not contain. Yeah, that's what you need to revisit all these steps. Okay, filtered hidden files. Yes, yes, yes. I just too much of manual intervention is there. That's why you need to make sure that sheet one of the table was not found. You remember, we simply convert the CSV file into Excel file. Yeah, it got converted with this one. But the problem is the CSV file, you don't have sheet one and sheet two, isn't it? That is the problem here. So to overcome the error, I just copy that. I just rename it as a sheet one. A lot of issues we are undergoing it. One way it is good, it is learning for you. I just save this one now. Yes. No, no, not the CSV. Okay, I just save it as. Even when you save it, right, you need to keep your eyes and ears open to make sure that, right, you are saving it as the correct file. Okay, apply changes. Now it is going to read everything. Now you can see that it got refreshed. All I did, I just simply moved a new file called February from my other folder to this folder. That task will be carried out automatically by the scheduled job. Okay, we don't have to do it manually. Okay, so what if you encounter similar issues, how you can overcome that? That is what I explained to you here. Probably you can try the same way. I will share all the files. Try to become an expert in troubleshooting. Okay, but the last session I showed you, it's a ideal scenario. I know all the my folder contains all the XLSX file only, and then right, I just push it. I just kept only the XLSX file, including the subfolder also, and then I let everything work fine. But this time what happened? I pushed one CSV file, and then later I realized CSV file I need to convert to the XLX file. I converted it, but I forgot to keep two sheets in that feb.xlsx file. So obviously, when you are using an Excel sheet, right, that contains two sheets in it, all the Excel sheets in your folder should contain two sheets. Otherwise, it can cause confusions. All those things, right? I just took care. But in the February, what I did, I simply copy pasted the sheet one data to the sheet two data, right? So to overcome that error, but we don't have to duplicate like that. Okay, so to overcome that error, to show you demo, but guys, remember that whatever the folder name that you are using it in the folder connector in your Power BI desktop, make sure that you keep all the if you are same type of the file. If you are using XLSX file, keep only XLSX file. Dot XLS is not working. The previous version of Power BI desktop, it's really good. It worked with the older version and new version of the Excel file also. Okay, and but make sure that you are keeping .xlx file if you are going to an Excel file. If you are using the CSV file, you keep only CSV files. But you might be asking this question. Okay, this folder I am not accessing it. Simply, some jobs are keep pushing the data. All I had to do is I had to keep the folder name. I need to use the same folder name. I don't have access to this folder physically. Okay. So only thing is in Power BI desktop, it load all the files, CSV file, Excel file, JSON file. You need to filter it there to keep only the XLS file. And then make sure that filtering also not sufficient. Each XLS was contain two sheets in it. Or if you have only one sheet, then all the Excel sheets should contain only one sheet in it. There's one Excel sheet I have two sheet, other Excel sheet I have three sheet, another Excel sheet I have only one sheet. Then it will not work. Okay, fine. So tomorrow is Tuesday. Tomorrow also will continue. Okay, so that there will be continuity. We'll try to speed it up. Okay. With this, I'm going to wrap up. You have any questions? Yes, obviously you will have you might have got confused in today's session, but the guys don't think right. In the real world scenario, they will give you simple tasks. If you go and watch that's what some guys they think, right? When they go and watch some YouTube videos, that guy the way he explains is very simple because they don't cover the complex scenarios, right? These are confusing complex. The real world, a lot of confusions will be there. Okay, put a CSV file along with the JSON file and the XLS file, older version of Excel, newer version of, how you are going to deal with all this complex scenario. That is more important than the cool life, right? They don't cover all the complex. They know if I cover this one, they will get confused because of the complexity. They will not be able to understand. So I just cover. I'm focusing only on the views and likes. I don't care about the complexity. If I complex topic, if you take, obviously you will get confused, right? Because a lot of confusions are there in the real world scenario. Okay, that's why when the interviewer asks, right, that's why the interviewers ask this question: what challenges that you posed in the real world scenario? You can tell all the things. We have used the folder connector, and the folder connector, unfortunately, they were kept on pushing the CSV file along with the XLSX file. We were supposed to use only XLSX file. In some scenario, the XLSX file, we are supposed to contain only, two sheets, but what happened, the single sheet came into picture. So in that case, like in that time, we found a lot of difficulty in figuring it out where the problem was there. And finally, when we manually checked it, we were able to find out that the specific Excel sheet contained only one sheet, whereas the folder connector previously, which we used it, there, each Excel file, we got two sheets in it. Or in the case of first time you are using folder connector and you know very well each Excel sheet contain only one sheet, make sure that consistently all the Excel sheets should contain only the single sheet in it. Okay. Obviously, later on, my other prerequisite, each Excel sheet should contain 26 columns. In my case, 26 columns are there. Right. That is what the customer told me. I should make sure that all the sheets should contain 26 columns in it. In case of any mismatch with respect to number of columns, the one sheet I have 16 columns, other column I have 20 columns, other column I have 26 columns. You need to check with your customers how many number of columns are there in total. If they say 26, all the sheets should contain 26 columns. Mistakenly, the ETL job that pushed the August month or February month data, the new Excel file into this folder that contained only the 16 columns, whereas the Power BI desktop, you already loaded all the files using the folder connector, which contained 26 rows. Obviously, the job will fail. It causes error, all the things. And there are some issues with Power BI or Microsoft itself. Okay, don't think Google is great. Whatever Google and Microsoft do, they have some issues with their tools. Okay, you know very well. The classic example is now DeepSeek, innovated by China. Okay, and it is much faster than your Chat GPT. So previously you have said we are great. We were the one the mastermind in innovating Chat GPT and all. Now, right. So what happened? China, they developed a DeepSeek. Okay, if you have any technical doubts, any questions, you can also go and ask the question. If you want to generate a script, you can go and type, please, for example, right? Please give me a SQL query to query the employee table which contains so-and-so columns. You write a SQL query there. And any complex queries also, if you ask them to write it, it will write it for you. You don't write the script also. But ChatGPT also doing the same thing, and DeepSeek is also doing the same thing. End of the day, DeepSeek, it uses less resources. It is pretty faster compared to ChatGPT. Got it? And now ChatGPT says, the Sam Altman, he says, he is going to, he is going to simulate the Google search engine. Going forward, people will start use either ChatGPT, DeepSeek. Now Google search engine is going to go down. That is what is going to happen because now they announced the ChatGPT. Like Google, if I want to do some Googling, right, you don't have to go and create a user ID password. You don't have to sign up. Similarly, in ChatGPT also, they are going to introduce the same feature. You don't have to sign up. If you have any questions, for example, how to become a very fair person, right? You go and ask, it will give you all the tons of answers there. Google. But Google, what happens, it gives me so many links. Each and every link you need to go and check it. But it gives you the relevant answer. It understands the context. It has the reasoning capability. Okay. And then what are the side effects of this? Let's say let's say you are using a beauty product and this specific product, what are the, the side key let's say copy paste the key ingredients, and in each ingredients, are they helpful? Are they going to damage my skin? You just ask that question. It gives you everything. Put, 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 put. Even kitchen recipe, right? You want to prepare everything is giving, but you need to sign up only then. And again, ChatGPT is they are charging you. Okay, so at least some extent only can ask. Listen, if you ask 20 question, 25 question, it answers. After 25th question, it'll ask, hey, you need to subscribe for OnePlus. Okay, you need to pay every month 20 to $30 or so. But DeepSeek is absolutely free. So what I'm trying to say is, don't think Microsoft is their tool will not have any bugs or anything. So that's what the crazy thing I could see, that the older version you are allowing us to load the .xls file, the older version of the Excel file, as well as the new version of the Excel file. In the newer version of Power BI, why are you not doing the same thing? Okay, many issues are there. Okay, fine, but we need to we cannot go and tell the management. End of the day, they say, hey, I want the report to be completed. I did not ask you to do a research about what are the drawbacks are there in the Microsoft Power BI. So yes, some drawbacks are there, you need to fix it. You need to overcome that. I need a report, that's all. So for that, I explained you some options. What you do is you go extra mile and see how you are going to replace the dollar by the empty string. Okay, and then remove that dollar alone, and then and then you convert that sales column as a decimal number data, right? Without removing that column. Okay, without removing the three values that were causing an error, right? Fine. You just give it a try. Okay. Watch my video and practice it, okay? Yeah, I will share all the XLS files with you all. Create a folder, something like NC Dailies, and practice it, okay? All right, Soumya, okay? So you just give it a try. I'll share it, don't worry, okay? The files, okay? WhatsApp, I'll share it, don't worry. Fine, guys, since you don't have any questions, I'm going to wrap this. You all in the tomorrow session, same time, 12:15.